Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It is time for another true crime video yet again, and today we will be talking about Alexandra Tobias, the woman who murdered her baby over Farmville. Yes, the Facebook game Farmville. Alexandra Tobias at the time was a 22-year-old woman from Jacksonville, Florida. Not much is known about her childhood, but growing up, she was described to be a fun-loving and nurturing kid who was also full of mischief. When Alexandra was 16, she went home only to find her mother unresponsive on their couch after suffering from heart complications, and this was, of course, very traumatic for her. But Alexandra continued on with life and eventually graduated from high school. And she did plan on going to college to pursue a degree, but that did not come into fruition. When she was 18, Alexandra met a guy named EJ Edmondson and they started dating and fell in love. Now, I am not sure if they got married, but they were living together. A few years later, Alexandra thought of going to college again, giving it another shot. However, she found out that she was pregnant and this plan came to a halt once again. In around September or October of 2009, Alexandra gave birth to a baby boy whom she and EJ named Dylan Lee Edmondson, and he was beautiful. Alexandra adored her new baby, and people around her would say that she was a very caring and doting mother. Anytime baby Dylan wasn't feeling well, she'd immediately take him to the doctor to make sure that he was all right. However, someone close to Alexandra started to notice that she was showing signs of postpartum depression, which is normal because a lot of moms do go through this. But Alexandra was never actually officially diagnosed with anything. Now, fast forward to January 18th, 2010. Alexandra took a personality test on Facebook, and the results say that she was bipolar. She went ahead and shared this post with the caption, "Way to go, crazy person. You are too much for anyone to handle, including yourself." But again, this was not a diagnosis and was just the result of a Facebook personality test. Now, everything seemed fine and normal. The family was living their normal lives aside from the fact that EJ had recently undergone surgery for intestinal issues. But their lives would change just the morning after. On January 19th, 2010, Alexandra called 911 because she found Dylan unresponsive. The baby was taken into the hospital and eventually started breathing again. However, he took very shallow breaths and needed a ventilator. Now, upon checking, doctors discovered that baby Dylan had severe head damage consistent with traumatic or abusive head trauma. Aside from this, an x-ray also showed that the infant had a broken femur bone. Because of this, 22-year-old Alexandra was taken down to the police station for questioning. Upon interrogation, she told the officers that Dylan had actually been vomiting for the past couple of days, and it could have been because of a teeny tiny accident where she was simply changing his diapers and she had accidentally hit his head on the side of the changing table. Now, according to her, this stressed her out, but he wasn't crying, so she went outside to smoke a cigarette. She then heard him cry, so she went back inside only to find him on the floor unresponsive. She told investigators that she thinks their dog might have knocked baby Dylan off the couch. However, nobody bought her story because as they kept on questioning her, her story kept on changing. And after hours of interrogation, Alexandra finally confessed to the truth. According to her, on the morning of January 19th, she took a Xanax and got on Facebook to play Farmville when baby Dylan started crying. She couldn't concentrate on her game, and this really annoyed her. So she picked baby Dylan up and started to violently shake him. She also told the investigators that she shook the 3-month-old so hard that she might have accidentally hit his head on the computer monitor as well. She then put the baby down on the couch and went out to smoke, but then heard him crying once again, so she stormed back into their house, only to find baby Dylan on the floor. Again, she blamed the dog, who might have accidentally knocked the baby off the couch. She picked baby Dylan up once more and started to violently shake him again. However, this time he was not responsive anymore. She then realized her mistake and then called 911 before calling Dylan's father, EJ. Now, I am not sure where EJ was at this time, if he was still at the hospital after his surgery or if he was at work, but he wasn't at home when all of this unfolded, so he was innocent. Now, due to her confession, Alexandra was facing aggravated child abuse charges. However, this was then changed to second-degree murder because sadly, just a day after the incident, on January 20th, 2010, 3-month-old baby Dylan Lee Edmondson succumbed to his injuries. On October 27th, 2010, Alexandra Tobias pled guilty to the second-degree murder of her infant son, and because of this, she did not face trials anymore. On December of the same year, she was sentenced to 50 years in prison. She will be out in 2060 when she is 72 years old. And that's pretty much it for this case. I know that was a very short one, but it was wild. I mean, she killed her baby just because of a Facebook game. Now, I'm not sure if she was ever checked for any mental issues, if she really did have postpartum depression, but a lot of mothers suffering from postpartum depression do result in doing bad things to their kids. I mean, a lot of them are good moms. However, when they don't get help, things just get really bad. And that is why, if you know someone in your life who seems to be or is showing any signs of postpartum depression or any other mental health struggles, please help them out, lend a helping hand, talk to them, have someone else talk to them, or have them talk to a professional and seek out for help, because it could definitely save lives. Not just theirs, but others around them as well. And yeah, as usual, I would love to hear your thoughts on this case. Should there be any other case that you would like for me to cover on this channel, please let me know by leaving a comment. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you guys on my next video.